And I'm back. Now, while I am in the middle of recording chapter 9, you can see that there. I was also thinking that it's a good time to start doing some interrogations again. As you can see from the title, we are going for Enfer this time. Now, just like in the other interrogation, I'll do a quick rundown of her. Let's start with the skills. So if you don't have her, if you don't know what she's all about, she's pretty much a buffer and a debuffer. You can read the skills here, you can post that. Shackles, you can also post that. Crime brand, you can read that here. All enemies within a single grid suffer magic damage, 2 core break and 4 seconds of fear. After breaking a core with this ultimate, the fear effect will spread to all enemies. It can only be used once though. Her profile, you can see she was born in Isat. She's a medium-sized woman. Date of birth, ability horrific mark, criminal record. If you have played the event when she dropped, you probably know what it's all about. You can also post that if you don't know. Her power, pretty much what this thing says, by making them see images or objects that frightens them, she breaks them physically and psychologically. So it's all about mental powers. Arrest record, I don't have everything, so yeah. I also don't have anything here, sorry for that. And yeah, let's just go straight into the interrogation. See what she's all about. Okay, so four phases again, that means it's gonna be quite long. Just had to start my timer there. The wishing hour has ended. Enfer has awakened as an S-class sinner. Before the event, she was actually pretty weak as a sinner, but stuff happened and she became stronger. And falls into a slumber at the same time. A week later, Enfer comes back to consciousness. When the doctor confirms that Enfer is well, you decide to interrogate her. Yeah, let's get this thing started. Now, as always, I will be muting and unmuting whenever I have something to say, but that happens pretty rarely. So, yeah, you won't hear me too much. Don't worry about that.
It's been a while. Sorry for causing you trouble while I was asleep. Your job. That word makes our relationship sound quite distant.
Maybe I want it to be distant, and I can't read you just yet, so better keep at arm's length.
No worries. Me neither. But I don't think you came all the way here just to say hi, Chief. It's all thanks to you. Go ahead, I'm not that fragile. That's all right. It wasn't you who broke them. Go on. I don't know. Before you put the shackles on me, I didn't know much about the identity of a sinner. And I have no idea why the witching hour's power could turn me into what you refer to as an S-class. But since it could cause such an outcome, perhaps it means the witching hour's power is the same as a sinner's power. Yes, so? Where does a sinner's power come from? If you're right, you're the chief, the sinner's manager. You ought to be right.
You bet your blue ass I am.
According to you, could it be that the witching hour's power came from my heart? Both you and I experienced the witching hour firsthand. Do you still not understand? For me, my heart has always been yearning for fear. That's the truth in people's hearts. That's the truth of the world. For example, the traces of wind. Everything in this world, even the wind, leaves its traces. So, after it spreads sickness, wills, and despair all over the world, what's left is this devilish dead branch. These dead branches are all around us. That's the truth told by the wind. But Sosia seemed to be different.
If you haven't played the event, Socia was her masterpiece. It was kind of a woman with four arms. It was actually quite a beautiful sculpture.
She's indeed a piece I created, yet she seemed to understand me better than I do.
Ah yes, and she was also the end boss of the event, so it was quite an interesting event. I hope everyone who watches this video has had the pleasure of playing that event because it was quite awesome.
She believed that I was lost and weak. She thought my fear was not pure, and that I didn't understand myself. She thought that I've never abandoned love all this time. But I have abandoned love such a long time ago. I've seen how fake, how fragile, how defenseless love is. When the land cracks and dark clouds gather in the sky, only fear can keep us barely alive. How can love still possibly exist? Or perhaps I should say, how can it possibly still exist in me? So, you think I'm the North Wind? It's just fear. Yes, I am indeed a little lost. I've always thought I'm pure enough, but I can't even refute you promptly. What kind of thoughts and emotions was I having when I became a sinner? And when I created them, was there really only fear? You don't know the origin of the witching hour, so you've come to ask the witch. Surprise! Even the witch doesn't know where her power comes from. Huh? Thank you, Chief. In that case, why don't you come with me to Belphegor? If we want to find the source of the witching hour's power, that should be the best place to start. Who knows? I may be able to recall something from my past creations. Also, didn't you say no one dared to clean up the pieces inside? Who else would be more suited for this job than us? Am I not obedient enough, Honored Chief?
Enfer too knows little about the witching hour's power, but you both are certain it is related to sinner power. Enfer wants you to visit Belfegor. Did I just say whore? Belfegor with her again for an investigation. Yeah, you and Enfer return to Belfegor Art Museum together to clean up the aftermath of the witching hour. Facing the shattered pieces on the floor, Enfer tells you not to feel sad about it. Ah, yes, I forgot that only phase 1 is usually voiced by the characters. Well, I'll try to talk a bit more just to not have this be too monotone. I mean, you can totally tell that she is missing a few screws up there, but I guess there's nothing new when seniors are involved. Um, just this one. She's an artist. Artists usually want to create better stuff. It's so weird when those units, those characters sometimes call us adorable because we're like a grown ass man. But sure, I guess. Thanks for the compliment. It's a weird coincidence indeed. So how do you leave a mark unconsciously? Like, that's hard to imagine. Okay, that's a weird way to invite someone. Let's see. Enfer creates a small sculpture with the fragments of her work. You find on the sculpture a tiny heart-shaped mark, just like the one present on most of Enfer's works. But that mark is missing on a painting in the art museum painted by Enfer when she was little. Enfer seems to recall something in hopes that you can accompany her back to her home. What is this? Enfer leads you to the underground studio in her residence. Walking down the long staircase, it tells you a different story. What kind of truth is hidden in this place? Housing the art of two generations. Okay, I love Path to Nowhere, but I don't like that they reuse some stuff always. Like, for example, this very garden was used in Ariel's interrogation. This was apparently the garden of her father's manor. They could at least, I don't know, tweak it a bit, like change it. They're a bit lazy on reusing this. Hey yo, keep a distance, please. I don't wanna hug you though. Sounds like a very dysfunctional family to me. I am guessing both of them are true. Yeah, I don't know if I'm reading this wrong, but did her father kill her mother? And did she then, after Zoya's black ring, kill him and made a sculpture after his expression? And time for some shackles. Well, shit. Makes you wonder why the chief never takes any kind of guards with him when he does those things, those stunts. Okay, let's see. Not all of Enfer's artworks are destroyed. Her masterpiece, which has brought her fame, is still kept in the studio. It's her awakening of fear as well as fierce restraint on her. When Enfer discovers the heart-shaped mark on the sculpture, the unstable power leaks again, allowing the sculpture to devour Enfer using its remaining power. Okay, this is Enfer consciousness. You inside Enfer sphere. Every lustrous and bizarre sight is a memory carved by fear. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear by now that her father did indeed kill her mother to capture her fear as she was dying into his art. That's messed up, bro. Well, that was a bit of an abrupt ending, but I get the drift of what happened, so yeah, why not? Love is her redemption of her curse, but above all is her power. Love allows her to walk with fear and embrace the blazing flames. That was a nice little interrogation. I mean, it was kinda messed up if you think about what her family situation was like, but yeah, I mean, it's Path to Nowhere, what do you expect? Everybody loves this game because it's as dark as it is. But yeah, that was quite an interesting interrogation, I'm not gonna lie. A bit long too, longer than the usual ones. It's almost at 53 minutes now, so almost an hour. Huh. Well, what can I say? She, Enfer certainly has not her full sanity, but that's to be expected. I mean, look at any one of those and tell me any one of them is sane. That's not something you can say with confidence. Interesting little interrogation on new information, and yeah, overall quite pleased with how this turned out. It was a nice experience, so to say. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the interrogation, and I'm gonna leave you now with another quote.
I've always been devoted to nature, but this world is no different than hell to me.
Again, not the best one.
Artist? Do I deserve this title in your opinion? Only when you're most frightened will you follow your most primal instincts. Those are the true colors of humans.
That's more like it. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video now. Again, hope you enjoyed, and yeah, see you around.